Let's go. Let's go. The Flyers, they're 1-0. They're 1-0 and they looked good. They looked good. Now keep in mind, the Chicago Blackhawks are no powerhouse, but there were some things today that I saw and I loved it out of the Philadelphia Flyers. I loved it. What is going on, everyone? How about that performance out of the Flyers? The speed, the forecheck, Carter Hart, the defense. We can talk about it all. But before we do, make sure you use the promo code BROADS for $20 off of your SeatGeek purchase. Get yourself to a game today. Now, let's start off with the forecheck, the speed. Hallelujah, we were all over them. We created opportunities. We were annoying. We were on their defense, bang, instantly, creating ruckus, getting in there, mucking and grinding, if you will. Also, the defense. They weren't abysmal. They were not abysmal? Wow. Philadelphia Flyers. Without abysmal D? Well, that's all we had last year. You could see the difference with Niskanen and Justin Braun. Making veteran-type plays, moving the puck up. It's the left tackle effect. If you don't hear about the left tackle, he's doing a good job. When you don't hear about the stay-at-home D-men, they're doing a great job. Of course, there's guys like Ghost who have a little bit more offense to their game, and you would like to see him get implemented more. But right now, and considering he's coming off of a horrendous season, I'm okay with him taking a step back and just focusing on the defensive play here. All right, so I thought the defense as a whole, a couple little miscues, but that's game one. This is how it is in game one of the season. You're kind of getting your feet wet. You're kind of getting adjusted back to the speed of things. So I thought the defense was great today. Let's talk about the first period. Early on, the Flyers take the lead. Travis Konecny off for turnover, comes down the left side of the wall, quick snap, bang! Who's your daddy? What's he do? It gets past Crawford. We're up 1-0. How about it? Travis Konecny today was fantastic. His speed, his aggressiveness, his ability to snipe, beautiful. We get a 1-0 lead because of him. We did give the lead up kind of quickly here, and this is one of the turnovers that the defense had. It was Provorov in the neutral zone, tried to force a play there in the middle of the neutral zone. It gets picked off. Nylander, with a one-on-one with Justin Braun, he changes his angle of his shot and used Braun as a screen, and it squeaked by Carter Hart. I would have liked Provorov to not turn it over there, of course. I would have liked Justin Braun's gap to be a little bit sharper there, and I would have also liked Carter Hart to make the save. I know I just praised the defense, right, but I also did say that there is going to be a little bit of an adjustment period getting back into the game speed. That play wasn't great, but still, overall, I thought they were great, but that play, I think they need to clean it up in terms of the defense. But in the back half of that first period, you had Travis Konecny wide open back door, who was so close to burying his second of the period, and also Carter Hart saved a one-timer in the high slot, so he was effective there late as well, and it was 1-1 after the first period. In the second, we had our first power play opportunity. The first unit, they were moving the puck around, getting good looks. They weren't able to cash in, though. The second unit comes out. Oskar Lindblom throws one on net. It hits the pipe, hits off the Blackhawks defenseman, and goes in, and we take a 2-1 lead. Now, I told you Oskar Lindblom doesn't really move the needle for me. I said that in my preview video, and it is the truth. He doesn't, but I thought today he had a pretty solid game. He did get lucky on that goal, of course, as it was fluky as hell, but I still think he was very effective today. We took a 2-1 lead, and then Travis Konecny to add a little bit of comfort there. Talk about a beautiful move. Forehand, backhand, a little show and tell, and goes backhand right over Crawford's glove. This thing was beautiful. Highlight reel goal. A show and tell. I'm telling you, this was fantastic. It was so fascinating to watch him do it at that speed and finish as well. We have a 3-1 lead in the second period. What bothers me, though, is we allowed a goal with 12 seconds left. Ironically enough, the Blackhawks got screwed on how much time would have been left in the penalty because They blew the whistle when the Flyers didn't touch the puck yet. A lot of controversy in there, but they end up cashing in anyway. 12 seconds left in the period. In the second period, the Flyers up 2, and DeBrincat gets wide open back door. Wide open back door. How do you let one of their top dogs wide open back door? It can't happen. 12 seconds left, too. I know they're on the power play for a short amount of time, but you can't allow that to happen. You got to find a way to get those 12 seconds of the period over with. Because those are crucial. First 5, last 5. I always say it. First 5 of a period, last 5 of a period. They're crucial. 3-1 at the end of the second is so much different than 3-2. You can't let him wide open backdoor. You just can't. But they score. Third period, the Blackhawks came out firing. I thought the Flyers were on their heels a little bit, but the speed and the pace of both teams were back and forth, but I thought the Flyers were on their heels a little bit more than they were throughout the first 2 periods. Now, Kevin Hayes had a mini breakaway. He can't find a way to score. Ugh, frustrating, right? That turns right into a 2-on-1 with Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews. That's scary. We were able to hold that off. But that shoots right back down to Kevin Hayes on another little play. He gets sandwiched and thrown down. Helmet flies off, no call. Are you kidding me? But I'm telling you, the pace in that moment, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The Flyers, though, end up scoring with Raffle. With a wraparound goal. It hits Crawford's skate. It goes in. It was a really poor goal to let in if you're Crawford. But Raffle, who had a very strong game in his role. We know what he brings to the table. Fourth line guy. He was using his body to protect the puck very well today. Playing with younger guys as well, you know what I mean? It's tough to do that as a veteran. But I thought he had a good game as a fourth line role guy. And he made it happen with that wraparound goal to give us that comfort again. We're up 4-2, and then with the net open for the Blackhawks, 2 minutes left, Patty Kane throws a biscuit on net. It goes in, and the Flyers had to hold on for the last 2 minutes to win the hockey game. But I like that. I like that. Last year's team would have found a way to lose. They would have allowed the Chicago Blackhawks to score, and then we would have been screwed. And then we would have had to go to overtime. This year's team, first game, you're fighting. You're fighting the Blackhawks off. You got some pressure on you. You're facing some adversity, game 1. But they held them off. Carter Hart was good at times. I think that you can see he needs to see some more game speed to really get comfortable. The couple little fluky little things out of Carter Hart, but once again, this is game 1 for these players. You don't just get thrown in game 1 and you're in shape, you're in game speed. It's going to take 5, 6, 7 games for these guys to really get going, unless your name is Travis Konecny, because that guy, after holding out so long, came out buzzing, and it was beautiful. That kid, if he can play to the top of his game, he's going to be a serious stud in this league. Not only can he score, not only can he create chances, but he's a pest, he's annoying, he's physical. It's a shame, though, because I thought Claude Giroux had a chance to actually score later in this game, but knowing that Travis Konecny had 2 goals already, it was almost as if Claude Giroux forced one over to try and allow Konecny to get that hat trick, which, at that point, just find a way to score. Make it happen. If it's not there, don't force it, But taking a round look at some of the players today, Kevin Hayes was a big-time factor. You can see the difference he makes. He plays a 2-way game. He's up and back. It's a big-time difference maker centering that second line. Sean Couturier got nicked up a little bit late there with a big hit after a big turnover that he had. Hopefully he's okay. And I actually liked what I saw out of Twarynski. I didn't know what to expect. He had a good preseason, but you look at his stats last year in the AHL, he was creating some chances. He made some noise. He was effective. So I'm very interested to see how he's going to play out moving forward for this team. But he created opportunities, and there was definitely plays made by him, and good looks and physical, and really just playing good hockey at that role there. So listen, great way to start the season. You saw Alain Vigneault on the bench afterwards, shaking Mike Yo's hand like he's all fired up after the big W, the first W for the Flyers this season. The Chicago Blackhawks, they're no juggernaut anymore. They're not what they used to be, but it's still a really good win and a good way to start your season, because I mentioned this also in my preview video that there is a lot of travel going on here early for the Flyers this season. So I expected them to come out with a slow start because you have to go overseas, then you have to go home, and then you have to go out west. It's a lot of travel early, and to get the first one in game 1 is clearly very beneficial to this hockey team. So I want to know your thoughts down below on what you thought about the forwards. I thought the speed was there. I thought the forechecking was very noticeable. I want to know your thoughts on the D, because they weren't very noticeable. I did mention the one goal they allowed where Provorov had the turnover, and then Justin Braun's gap was a little off. I think those things will be fixed as time goes on, but I thought the defense overall was solid. You just saw them making defensive plays. They weren't too aggressive. There were a couple little mix-ups, but that's sports. That's going to happen. You're not going to play a perfect game 100% of the time. There's going to be miscues. There's going to be odd man rushes. It just comes down to how you react to that and how you put yourself in a better position next time and how you try and defend that rush in that moment. There's going to be miscues all the time, but as a whole, I thought the defense was fine and different than what we saw last year, adding veteran presence. One person I'm not a huge fan of who cracked the lineup today is Robert Haig. I'm out on Robert Haig. I'm not a big fan of him. I'm surprised Philip Myers didn't make the cut over him, but apparently he did not have the best training camp. Not the worst training camp, but not the best either, and he needed to have the best to put up a fight for that spot. So anyway, I want to know your thoughts down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and I will see you next time.